Hello guys. Um okay. So basically I understand and I'm very happy that you're so good natured and so good hearted, pure hearted, that you don't actually think of the fact that you can actually lie and hide certain things and be deceiving. I can understand because obviously you're a Muslim, you become Muslim, or you were always attuned to Islam but you didn't know the religion yet, so potentially you were of Muslim character. So when you found out about prayer and now you have to hide your prayer, because a lot of people are saying, oh, I can't pray because of my parents, I can't become Muslim because of my parents. Look at my video Secret Muslim, because that sort of explains how to put the shoe on the other foot, how you can turn around and say, you're disowning me, you're betraying me, rather than them saying you're disowning us, you're leaving us, you're going to something else. So watch that video for general Muslim revert tactics. It's tactical, yes, it's allowed, it's okay to do that because there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. But I know your honesty makes you think, that makes you not think rather about being tactical, because all why else is everyone asking the question like, what do I do? My parents, how do I pray? Is it permissible for me not to pray? Is it permissible for me not to fast? I'm 14 and I've just become Muslim and I'm hiding it from my parents. What do I do? I can't pray, I can't fast. But obviously it's your honesty that makes you think that, oh, this is the religion of Allah, and you've looked into it and you found out about how it's based on honesty and not lying and stuff. But you got to remember, that's being honest with Allah. That's being honest with people in the general sense, as in don't cheat, don't steal. But here, obviously everyone would like to be open and hopefully you'll get to that point. But look, you don't get all the ideas in one go. Until you get the ideas over time of how to implement things, and things take time anyway, it's not just about ideas, it takes time to implement little things in your life to your family. If you came out with it right from the beginning, you would have to have certain stages where you do things. For example, you become a Muslim, but 12 months later your first fast has come basically. Now you've got to somehow implement that into the family. But because you gave them 11 months, you know what I mean, you sort of slowly introduced them to the idea. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or slowly on the 6th month they hear some sort of melodious singing in the bedroom and they're not completely going crazy because they sort of think, I think I know what that is. That must be the Quran. You know what I mean? So basically, when you come down and you're eating, sitting together at the table, they're gonna ask. You're gonna say, yeah, it's the Quran. Yeah, you're right, it's the Quran. Oh, okay. So you learnt Arabic? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Is it good? Do you like it? Yeah. Just like that, things can happen over time. But I'm saying, first of all, you've got to do things behind their backs if it's going to be a problem. But the beautiful thing is how Allah gives things and makes changes happen when changes are happening in the world godly way in the world. Let's give an example here. Lots of people, by Allah Ta'ala's will, are coming to Islam as He has decreed to be coming to Islam in this decade, this current time, as opposed to before. So before, the one person here and there, it didn't really matter. On a bigger scale, He would help them in different ways, allow them to hide their fasting and stuff like that. But when things happen on a bigger scale, He also helps on a bigger scale, if you see. Like, for example, let's give a perfect practical example first, so we're on the right track. Hajj. Lots of people come to Islam. Lots of people go to Hajj. They've made platforms at the Hajj to do the going round, and all those other changes they've made. That's to accommodate further people. Now that's a perfectly practical example I'm giving. But now you've got to see on other levels, subtle levels, because that is just for Islamicness. But you've got to see how Allah Ta'ala has changed things, because a lot of people have come into Islam and now they would have found it difficult to keep the beard, and felt very insecure, I don't know if that's a word, but insecure, hesitant about keeping the beard, what people are going to say, because only recently it would have been a case of, why have you kept a beard? No, really, why have you kept a beard? Why would you keep a beard? You know, hardly anyone kept a beard apart from your strange school biology teacher, chemistry, physics, history. You know, no one else kept it. That's why you would keep one. No one else would keep one. So when you keep one, you've become a Muslim, basically. That's the only explanation. But look how Allah Ta'ala has changed. He changes the times with fads. Now, He's inspired normal people to keep beards, made it a fashionable thing. So now you can get by with a beard with everyone else without being harassed and called a terrorist or any sort of, you know, negativity towards you. Well, now you must think, so where's the praying and fasting coming in this? What's the fad there? Well, intermittent fasting. Only yesterday, so to speak, there was no such thing as fasting, let alone intermittent fasting, but Muslims have been doing it forever. Now you have got a reason. Now you have got a way to do it. I'm intermittent fasting. Are you? Well, you fasted for 30 days in a row. Yeah, that's how I'm doing it. Technically, that's not intermittent fasting, because not one day off, one day on. But the thing is, this is how you do the tactic. You pretend it to be intermittent fasting. But if it is a case of you're with your parents and every day you're fasting of Ramadan, then that time you can just say, this is how it is, that's what I'm doing. But when it's intermittent, your fasting is intermittent, as in if you're going to, unlikely when you first become Muslim, but if you're going to fast, optional fast, then it is going to be intermittent anyway, because it's going to be every now and again, but you fasted. Oh, aren't you going to eat? No, I'm intermittent fasting. Oh, okay. When Ramadan comes, and I assume that's the problem with most people regarding Ramadan, all you do is say that you're intermittent fasting by first setting up intermittent fasting and your interest and making it obvious before Ramadan. And before Ramadan, setting it up for a long time without actually fasting. You might not actually want to fast 3 weeks before that, but you can say to your parents that you're fasting, but eat your little candy snacks upstairs in the bedroom. But the point is, that's to give them the idea that you were already like that you already had a problem with understanding from their point of view what intermittent fasting was. It's like she thinks intermittent fasting is fasting 3 weeks in a row. Oh, don't worry about her, let her do what she wants. You know, she doesn't understand. She's just technically, what she means is fasting on and off. I suppose we can consider fasting 3 weeks and then not fasting for a few months and then fasting 3 weeks as intermittent, because it is on and off technically. So that way you set it up already before Ramadan. You already set up that you're fasting sometimes for a month. As much as it might pain them, it's just like, this is what she does. She looks healthy and strong. Let her do it. So when Ramadan comes, it's not going to be a surprise, because what you're going to do is be fasting for a month without letting them know. So that's the tactic you're going to use, basically. Now comes the prayer. How are you going to do the prayer? Secretly in the bedroom. Okay, got that. What about ablution? That's what you're saying, aren't you? What about ablution? It can be done. It can be done tactically. I've done it before when I had to, not because I had to hide it, but with a bowl in my bedroom with a spray bottle. Did the job. Sprayed my hands, rubbed them, sprayed my face, rubbed them, done my feet, and when I gargled, did it in a bowl and slipped it under my bed. And then later on, when I got the chance, because I had a door, I just let it out into the street. But you could just as easily let it out into the sink, into the bathroom, the main bathroom, if you haven't got your own walk-in one. Just tactics like that. But other than that, obviously I'm going to give the complete solution. So the complete solution is we're having to assume you haven't got any other option but to go to the family bathroom in front of everyone and do it there. Now it can be done because you can walk in and do it at certain times, towel yourself and come back out. But we're talking about the worst case scenario, yeah, where you do have to keep doing it 5 times a day, up to 5 times a day. But on shorter days you could keep your wudu for a few prayers together. But all I'm saying is worst case scenario is that it's obvious what you're doing, and the praying is obvious what you're doing as well. It's like you're doing something. So this is where the fads come in. It's called meditation, yoga. Not that they ever seen that sort of yoga, but I'm saying it's a way you figure it out and try and make a good tactic, you know, put your own intelligence into it, your own sort of ideas. What I'm saying is you pretend that it's yoga based, the bowing and stuff like that, but you found out, you put a mat out and you point it a certain direction. Why is it at a certain direction? Say that's aligning my chakras with the magnetic poles. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you speak? Well, it's meditation, it's a dynamic meditation. You just put all these words in. You know what I mean? Just make up the scenario. Real words, dynamic meditation, chakras. You know what I mean? Removing static from the body and stuff like that. When it comes to the ablution, simple. You wash your face, wash your hands. But just humour it. It's like she thinks, oh, this is helping. That's fine. That's fine if it makes her happy. That sort of thing. You know what I mean? But it's not deadly serious, because some people get deadly serious. No way, I can't believe you're not staying in this house any longer. We're totally disowning you. That's the problem most people get. That's why I made the video, The Secret Muslim. You can find that in my videos. But this is more specific, because when I heard this question asked to Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim, I thought, okay, 14-year-old says, is it permissible for me to pray to not fast during Ramadan? Well, I knew the answer to that. I didn't watch the video, but it made me think I need to do a video about that, because that's specifically very important. But some people will need to do their fasts, and some people will need to do their prayers. So all I'm saying is, mostly you'll get away with the praying in your bedroom anyway. But if you're called, you will say you're meditating, but you do you meditate now. First of all, start off like that. Say that you're meditating. Mom, don't call me for half an hour, I'm meditating. Every time, Mom, don't call me for 20 minutes, I'm meditating. So they never come in anyway. But on the chance they would, I'm saying at best explain how it is that I don't talk when I'm meditating. Make it like, you gotta make it important, and it's like, why don't you talk? Surely you can snap out of a talk and go back. It's like, no, I can't, mum, because I've raised my chakras to the crown in half an hour. Now, if I don't get it there and you've come and interrupted me on the 28th minute, I have to go all the way back down. And every time we redo it, it takes longer because it imbalanced our energies. So I'll never get to it, mum. It's really important. It's hard work to bring it up. You know, tactics like that. That way, eventually, you do the prayer. Hopefully, they won't recognize it. I'm saying, what else are you going to do? I'm giving you a way to be able to openly do it in case she did walk into the room and call you and you didn't answer and she opened the door. Then when you're bowing and stuff like that and you finish, she said, how come you didn't speak to me? So I was doing my meditation, get my chakras up, and this and that would have happened. Or when you come from the bathroom, why are you washing your hands and feet? What are you doing? It's like, well, I'm going to meditate. As in, I'm going to meditate. Say it like that, so they ask the question. As in, you're trying to do a psychology on them. As in, because it's like saying, you know what you're doing is real, so you're saying, because I'm going to meditate. As if she should know. That sort of thing. So when she says, why have you washed your hands and face? Why are you wet? Well, because I'm going to meditate. As if she should know, like. And then you explain. Because then when you say it like that, people are like, oh, okay. Because they feel like a bit inferior because you have that knowledge and they haven't. So they're like, oh, okay. And it makes it far more acceptable. So it's all about tactics. Now you're getting the idea anyway, aren't you? Because I'm talking about tactics and you're thinking, yeah, actually, I can do that as a start. Or as long as I'm living there. But anyway, so you say as a tactic, you say, well, because I'm going to meditate. It's like, well, and? Well, it's the static discharge, mom. How am I going to align my chakras to the north or the south or whatever it is, and how am I going to get in line with the magnetic pole if I don't dissipate my static with water? Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't. I wasn't with you. I got you. Yeah. Obviously, you're, because or else the magnetic. Yeah. I got you. Let me get this right. It's the static, isn't it? It's going to affect the current. Is going to affect the lining of your chakras. Yeah. Oh, okay. Got you. See. So tactics basically. So Ramadan, set it up through the year and then do it through Ramadan as intermittent fasting. Wudu, ablution, do it as static discharge. Need to purify myself for meditation. Need the purity, because the purer the state, the better the meditation. Just you basically invent a whole book. Write it in your phone in secret and invent your own rules. It's a mind hack, you know what I mean? A life hack, a situation, an event hack. You create the situation and you make the rules. You talk about, get some real science in there if you want, you know what I mean? Get some real, like, meditative, new age stuff in there, spiritual, chakras, aura, alignment, and all this, you know what I mean? Certain things you're gonna have to do, like cover your head and stuff like that. You just cover it in a different way. It's not your fault if you have to disguise yourself as if you're doing it in a sort of, like, I don't know, like a different sort of way than a Muslim would do it, like, like some sort of cloak or hood, anything that doesn't look Islamic, so you can do the Islamic, as in essentially your head is covered, or a hoodie. Just wear your hoodie, make that your thing all the time, because you don't have to wear the hoodie up in the house, not in front of your parents. Anyway, if someone else came, then whip the hood up and keep your baggy joggers on, because that way you get to do that aspect as well. So hopefully that will give you an idea. I mean, it's a tactic, isn't it? It's something that obviously you haven't really thought of because of your honesty. But now that you've been introduced to the idea, the sky's the limit, really, isn't it? On how much you can do and how much you can apply it to. Basically, you just have to invent situations. They're not lies per se, because lies, the reason lies are bad is if you're deceiving someone, or you're going to hurt someone, or you're going to give someone a false impression, and it's going to cause an accident, or it's going to inconvenience someone, it's going to hurt someone, or it's going to give someone the wrong impression of things, you know. But here, you're doing it to do your religion, to please Allah, to please your Creator. So it's a tactic, isn't it? It's a tactic. How do I, as opposed to me keep making excuses to God and saying, I'm so sorry, I couldn't pray. Now that they're asleep, I managed to pray. I'm praying all five together, I'm sorry. It's like, as opposed to that, it's much better to make these facilitations. I wouldn't call them lies, because a lie is, it's in the word, isn't it? A lie is a lie only if it is actually a lie, as in you're trying to create some harm or some deception, or you're trying to steal, or you're trying to make someone think one thing while it's another, you know what I mean? Or you're trying to make someone's attention go somewhere else so you can take their money or something like that. That's a lie. But here, what you're trying to do is do what the Creator's made you for. So you're basically lying so that you can do what He wants. Basically, you're saying, you know, you can't pray because of them. So naturally, it's better to hide it from them so you can pray, because or else you can't pray. This is what the question is from, and this is who I'm talking to, and this is the person who's searched up this video, because the only way you'd find this video is by searching up how do I fast, that sort of search term, how do I fast in secret and stuff. Obviously I can only title it how to fast and pray in secret as a Muslim, but the chances of someone putting in that term is not very much, because like I said, the honesty will stop you from thinking that way, because if you thought that way you'd do it anyway, and the chances of you thinking that video is available is minimum as well. Like when I made the video Secret Muslim, I made it because I thought at least there'll be a couple of people out there who might come think, I wonder if there's more secret Muslims out there, and I wonder if there's any help for us. But anyway, it's only a new channel and I've started it off, and I'm not promoting it in any way, just trying to get some good videos on there like this one. So if you come by it, then hopefully you can share it to like-minded people, and like-minded people might hear about it because you might put it on a common thread. Other than that, it's to basically help people. So you might come across it from the point of view of someone from a thread might help you with it by saying, no, I know someone's come out with a tactic, because like I said, you're not going to search the term, but by asking the question online, as you are, like, how can I fast? I can't fast because of my parents, I can't pray because of my parents. Well, you see, someone might have already found out about the video and put it somewhere, and someone might direct you to that link, and then you might direct someone to that link, and someone else might have received it and put it up on their Facebook, etc., on their group, and that way it could be discovered. The point is, if I don't make it, then it doesn't exist, and I haven't heard anyone else come out with that. And I've been blessed to think that way, because this is the sort of things I do. Allah Ta'ala blesses me to suddenly inspires me with a question, as in, how do you think those people could fast? Because they have to hide it from the parents. How do you think it would be easier for reverts to become Muslim and not lose their family? And that's basically how I made that video, the secret Muslim revert tactics, not losing your family. So have a look at that video because that explains a few things. And here, like I said, it's very specific to how to do your prayers, because I thought, yeah, that's actually very important. More important than other stuff. Let's at least make sure that these guys are in the fold of Muslim now that they're Muslim, which means they really have to make sure that they do their 5 prayers and fast in Ramadan. So that's why I thought, well, I need to make this video. And basically, now that you've got the idea, hopefully you should be able to do a lot more things, like reading the Quran and stuff like that. Just say, like, even if they say it sometime, don't say it's Arabic, because that will correct it. Say it's Farsi, say it's Urdu or something like that. They're like, oh, okay. And if they even then find about it, they're like, oh, okay. But yeah, try and do it through the phone, so they don't go touching it and stuff. Because obviously natural inclination is to touch it and say, let me have a look at, and they start turning pages. You know what I mean? Where you're in wudu and they're not. So do it from the phone, and we're like, oh, okay. Oh, for example, if I say, oh, that looks like Arabic, it's like, oh, I don't know what it is anyway. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it does look like it. That sort of thing, you know. But anyway, pretend to them that it is. Have like some Farsi text in there, so you can swipe it and show them that, and say, yeah, that's what I read. Why do you read it? Oh, it helps my singing. You know, pretend you got an interest in singing, develop an interest, pretend you got interest in Eastern something, and say, oh no, what it is with the Farsi religion, language, is it's really good for singing practice and stuff like that. It really helps, you know what I mean? And then, you know, do another tactic, make one of your mates or someone you know but they don't know, make a fake YouTube video and just put a whole load of lies in about how good Farsi is for the voice, and then show them that one link. They're not going to check another link, they're going to look at that link and say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm with you, yeah. You know, put some like research into it. It's like how the voice works and stuff like that, and the glottal sounds, and Farsi has a lot of those sounds in it and stuff like that, and what that'll do is strengthen the singing muscles, the voice muscles and stuff like that. Okay, thanks for listening. Hope it helps. Jazakallah khair for your efforts. Allah Ta'ala reward you for making the effort, and may Allah Ta'ala make it easy for you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.